Hey guys, it's Ryan here with HobbiesofaMan. Once again, and today we're going to be doing another comic book review. Today we're going to be looking at Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 30th Anniversary Issue 1, although it's the only issue. I don't really get why they put the numbers on things that are one-shots. It's kind of annoying. They should just write one shot there, but you know, whatever. You know, maybe it's a comic book thing to increase sales. I don't really get it. I'm not really sure. It's just kind of annoying because, like, it's clearly not a number one. So why even label it that, right? So yeah, this is a anniversary special, and it's much better than the Netflix show. You know, that show felt really cheesy. The acting wasn't good at all. Like, most of the actors are not good actors in general. That's why they don't show up in anything besides Power Rangers. But also, it was not like the writing for the show didn't feel good. And then with bad acting, it felt even worse. And I think I'm looking at it even more harshly than I did when I reviewed it, because, you know, it's been a while, and so all I remember are the bad parts, right? So yeah, this is a much better thing. It's not just recency bias. Like, this is actually much more enjoyable. I'm not necessarily like the biggest Mighty Morphin fan, but I do like Power Rangers, specifically Wild Force, Dino Thunder, Ninja Storm. And I think the last one that I enjoyed, am I kind of out of order here? I liked SPD as well, and Magic, the Magic one, Mystic Force. I think after that, I didn't really keep up with them. When it switched over to Nickelodeon, I didn't like it. And I didn't like the ABC ones either, like Jungle Fury and stuff. I didn't like those. But basically everything up to Mystic Force, I liked, I think. I can't remember the order of them, but yeah, I think up to Mystic Force I'm into. I like quite a bit. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is not my favorite out of the seasons. It's definitely Dino Thunder, but I'm happy to support this, and I actually do like the original series, right? So yeah, this book has 5 stories and a 6th kind of portion that is partially a story, and then kind of just a cover gallery. And I think that was a really well done thing. I liked how they included that. They still had a little bit of a story, but they also had this kind of montage of, you know, the coolest part of the Power Rangers, which is when they morph, right? I mean, technically the mech battles are the best part, but the problem is that the mech battles are very quick, right? So the morphing part is kind of like the exciting moment in the battle, or in the episode, because that's when things are getting real, right? So yeah, has 6 stories. They are Ode to Ernie, which deals with with Ernie having a tough time at the bar, kind of not wanting it to be his anymore, trying to think of selling it, then getting attacked by this monster, the Rangers showing up, him telling them about the fact that he's probably going to sell the bar, and then them convincing him that his dream for this bar is important and that he should keep it, and that, you know, the Power Rangers themselves are patrons of him, and that they like what he does, right? So that story was really, really good. If you were someone that was really attached to the side character, you'll probably love it. I liked it in the sense that this is good. It's enjoyable. It shows you that your dreams, no matter how badly they might be going for you, actually might be really meaningful to other people, and they might still have value to them, even if you don't see it in the moment, right? So I like that story. I think it was good. Then we have one called The Wedding Vows, which deals with Tommy and Kate's relationship. I don't remember this being a big point in the story. I think it was from Zio, but cool, I guess. Like, it's kind of odd because I remember Tommy very clearly from the Dino Thunder stuff, and I don't think they ever mentioned that he was married to Kate, the Pink Ranger from a later season. And it's kind of weird. I think it's an addition that was made in the comic books, and I'm totally fine with it. I like the story. It basically starts with Tommy fighting these like space mercenaries, and then it leads into a bunch of flashbacks detailing the relationship between Tommy and the Pink Ranger, and then leads to their wedding day, where she's kind of waiting for him, and she's like, you know what, I'm not gonna wait anymore, I'm gonna go get him. And so she helps him beat up these mercenaries, and then they get married, even with their ripped clothing, and it's really, really good. I liked it a lot. I thought it was good. It also talks about their relationship after their marriage, you know, their child, what to do, how they feel about, you know, being a Power Ranger and stuff like that. I liked it a lot. I thought it was good. Then we have The Alpha Directive. This was, I think, my favorite story out of all of them. So this one deals with the origin of Alpha 5. Basically, Alpha 5 is created by this old wizard guy on Eldani, I think is the name of the place. He is turned on. He is given sentience, and then he is told, we don't have a prime directive for you because you're so intelligent that we believe that you should find your own purpose. And so do whatever you think you should do. And so he decides to help Zordon with the Power Rangers initiative. He stays with him for 10,000 years or something. And it's really cute that we get to see them interacting over a long period of time, through the passage of time. He interacts with the Rangers, and ultimately we learn that he chose his own prime directive, and that directive is to make sure that his friend is never alone. And so that's why he is the loyal servant to Zordon, and why he's always there with him in the command center. So I thought it was sweet. I thought it was good. I really enjoyed this one a lot. And also I enjoyed Alpha 6's incorporation into the story. I thought it was really funny. His kind of cool guy vibe was kind of hilarious, right? So yeah, then we have Reimagine, and I don't like this one. I didn't really get what the point of it was. Basically, Kimberly is remembering her old life. She's in her 50s now. She's going back 30 years, then 28, then 27, then 25, and something like that. And basically, we just get to see her remember her time as a Power Ranger, then some sort of loss that she feels, and then it ends in this kind of melancholic note as she has a different name, and she is just getting onto an airplane as a 50-year-old lady. This is apparently supposed to launch a series by Amy Jo Johnson, and I was not interested. I'm not really sure what the point of this story was. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't celebrate the Power Rangers. It's just like, well, we need to garner interest for this, so put like the most boring part of the story into it. I don't think this one was well handled. Maybe instead of ending melancholic or sad, maybe it was better to start so and then end happy. And I think that would have been a much better way of doing it, and that would have been a celebration if she's remembering, and through her remembrance she gains happiness, right? So I think it was just a badly picked situation, right? Then we have the Ranger Academy office hours, where Billy is a recent grad student. He is actually becoming a TA now, and it's the end of his first day, and suddenly he gets called through his computer by the headmaster of the Ranger Academy, who is asking old Rangers, specifically Billy, because he's so intelligent and he has some slight teaching experience, to be a counselor for this kid from the Ranger Academy that needs some help. And so Billy is upset about it. He's not really interested, but eventually he relents. He's like, okay, I'll help this kid out. And so they start talking, and they hit it off, and they have a really good conversation about, their thoughts, their feelings, what to do, how to be a good person, how to be yourself. And I liked it. I thought it was really, really great. I really enjoyed this. And it goes really well for him at the end. And I like that. I think this would be a really fun recurring series, just to have a bunch of different Power Rangers characters offering advice and help to different Ranger Academy kids as the series progresses. I think that'd be nice. And you can make it a side series or a side thing or a backup where it's not very important. You don't have to read it, but it does help quite a bit, right? So yeah, I enjoyed that. I thought it was nice. And then the last part is, what time is it? It's morphing time. And the what time is it part is basically a little tiny story of the Rangers fighting Goldar. And then the morphing time part is the collage or the montage of all of these different morphing situations that are pretty cool. There's some that were interesting. There's one where there were 7 Rangers in the original team. I'm not really sure how that worked, but I liked it. There was some where, Tommy was green, some when Tommy was white. There was also one that was like these other Rangers, these Omega Rangers. I'm not really sure where that was from. I think it might have been from the D&D campaign. I'm not really sure, but overall, good stuff. I enjoyed just about everything except Reimagine, mostly because of the fact that it didn't feel like it was celebrating anything or giving us something important for the 30th anniversary. It was just kind of like, oh, Amy Jo Johnson is, trying to get back into it and make some money off of it. How do we get attention on her series, right? Okay, put it in this anniversary thing. And it works, but I'm not interested in it. It doesn't feel cool, right? So yeah, that's my thoughts here. The only other thing that I want to mention, because I think it's great, is this. You have a reading order that tells you exactly what to read in order to have the full, meaningful story of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers story from Boom. And I love that. I think that's great. I'm definitely going to be following this as I go through and kind of enjoy this. However, I do want to say something. I think Boom should invest in creating something akin to the Epic Collection from Marvel. I think they should make, a special curated version of their Power Rangers, of the license, and turn it into nice, big paperbacks that are maybe not as good as the hardcovers, but not as basic as the trades. And make this a nice collection that people can enjoy, that is a good, worthy kind of difference or reason to get into the series, that is cheaper and more accessible than the big hardcovers. Because I love those hardcovers, I think they look great, but the reason I've not bought them is because they're so unnecessarily expensive, and they're also not very easy to find. They're kind of out of print a lot, right? And so if they make something that's cheaper, that's easier to reprint, that it's going to be nice, but not necessarily as nice as those hardcovers, I think it'd be really, really great, because the trades are just not that great. Like, the quality control isn't perfect on them, and also it's kind of boring to collect trades, right? So yeah, I don't know. I think that would be a really cool thing to do, but I'm not sure that they will. But I think it'd be nice, not necessarily compendiums, just something like 12 to 14 kind of issue collections, right? So yeah, those are my thoughts on the 30th anniversary special. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know your thought. And thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.